Hi everybody, welcome to ZEROYON. Now, whilst I love pretty much everything about my Toyota Supra, one of the things I'm not really impressed with is the way that it handles. Hopefully I'm going to fix that today because I am taking this to get a full alignment to basically see exactly what the settings are at the moment and hopefully make some changes to make this thing handle the way that it should. So I'm running a little bit late, so I'm just going to pick this up in the car on the way there and we'll discuss it all in more detail. So let's get into it. So why am I getting my Toyota Supra aligned then? Well, it's for basically a few reasons. Firstly, don't get me wrong, I have lowered the car, so the alignment will need looking at no matter what. But really this all stemmed from the fact that when I first bought this car, and at the time of recording this video, I've covered 2,200 miles now. And really, the car has never really lived up to my expectations. And I have found it always just a little bit too twitchy, and certainly not to my liking. Alignment is certainly a personal preference. It depends on what you want your car to handle and what you want your car to feel like. Me personally, when I'm driving, I like a very stable rear end and a really sharp turning. I like to sort of get the turning in and let the back end just sort of follow around rather than stepping out. May not be as much fun. Certainly I'm not one for drifting or anything like that, but I just really like a sort of fast road car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up when I get to the alignment shop, and what I'm going to do is have a look at what the settings are before we start, and then I do have an idea in my head of what I want to the car to feel like. I've done quite a lot of research on the forums and Facebook groups as to what other people have used. Up there, see exactly what this car's alignment is like in stock form, because it could well be that it's all right and it's just completely me being a crap driver. But certainly if it is out, I'm going to make those adjustments and I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm going to set it to, and maybe, just maybe, you might like my settings, and then you might be able to copy that and use it for your own purposes. So let's pick it up when we get there. So looking at the before results, you can see the front caster is slightly out, but again within spec. Front camber again is pretty much in spec and pretty much what we'd expect it to be. There is a difference on the front toe, as you can see there, and that will certainly affect the handling. And we've also got, again, good camber at the rear as well. It's just this toe which is slightly out. So obviously much more toe in on that one than there is on that one. And of course, having different toe on the same axle will massively impact the handling on the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little play around. I'm going to set it to what I want, and then hopefully the car will handle much better after the alignment. So the alignment's all done, looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up on the journey home, go for a little drive, see how it feels, and then what I'll do is I'll show you the results and what I've actually set it to. So we've just left the alignment shop and hopefully this setup is going to be so much better. One of the major things to note was the fact that the camber on the front and rear was pretty damn good. It was more the toe that was pretty much all over the place, and you would certainly feel the toe being out on the road, especially when driving pretty quickly. The front camber is a decent level, the rear camber a little bit more. That's in line with what Toyota said the alignment should be. So what I've done is gone for neutral toe on the front. Hopefully that will help a bit more with some aggressive turn in, rather than wash it out and feeling floaty like it did before. And what I've also done as well is gone for a little bit of toe in at the rear, just to firm up and stabilise that rear end, especially at higher speeds. Okay, as you can see, it was pretty out, and that toe difference on the rear would have really made a huge difference, like I've just mentioned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a spirited drive, and then what I'll do is I'll come up with a conclusion once I get back home, and just sort of give you my thoughts as to whether I think the changes we've made on the alignment today have really worked. Right then, so I've just got back from driving my Supra. I've done around 100 miles to really test out these alignment settings on a variety of sort of motorways and sort of sharp, twisty roads as well. And I can assure you, it feels absolutely so much better, and it's now the car I was hoping it was going to be. The alignment settings I chose have done exactly what I wanted them to do. The back end is really, really stable on the motorway, and the front end just turns in so much more precise, rather than it being lazy like it was before. So if you do have a Supra just like me, and you're finding that the driving experience isn't quite what you expected it to be, and you do want to go and get an alignment done, I would suggest these settings that I'll pop back on screen right now. Pause it, check them out, see for yourself, and I can assure you that if you set your Supra up using these settings, you will find it so much more stable and just handle so much better. So that wraps up this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're awesome, and see you again soon.